Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH network. Alright, y'all. Now it looks like an MPD then put out, a little report based around Jojo Splatt, Cornelius Smith, and Str8 Dropp. And the reason why, because they all have conflicting stories, right? Now, this what it is. The overall story may be the same as far as like what happened, but them detectives, investigators, prosecutors, private detectives, they want to know where you was at an hour before, 2 hours before, 24 hours, 48 hours before. They want to know what led up to you being in the situation at that moment, or you being called from who to be at this location at this time. You know what I'm saying? Again, because everything is based on timestamps. Now, so they'll have a talk with Jojo Splatt, and they'll hear what he say. Then they go to Str8 Dropp, and then they go to Cornelius Smith, and they sit and they ask them like around the same time. So it could be, let's say 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. They are literally detailing them time and time and time again. What were you doing between 2 p.m. and 8 a.m.? And the reason why, because they want to know if their stories are going to change. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was on stand or somebody else, and the detectives, investigators, keep going back to them based on the same case, or keep asking them the same question as far as like the time stamp and the day where they was at. That's because they want to see if you're going to change one word in the whole story. If you change one word in the whole story, you have now caused a conflicting case with the other people who are on the case with you. And again, that's how they work. Let's be real here, y'all. I told y'all from the beginning, this is based on a money grab. So with that being said, somebody has to be found guilty. Now, check this out. You got the higher ups, higher up that ladder. They're looking for a guilty. Because the faster they get a guilty, the faster they can go back to on to business and doing a thing and almost forgetting this never happened, because they can go right straight to the bag. Like this is like stopping the higher ups at getting to the bag and doing what they want to do throughout the city of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Because again, if they move too fast, it's going to show they was attached to people who was attached to Young Dolph. Again, rest in peace, Young Dolph, man. Shout out to that guy. Shout out to PRE. So they need a guilty verdict. And one person could be guilty, two, or they could put all three guilty. They don't care. They just want somebody guilty. You know what I'm saying? They'll be cool with one taking a whole rap of it all, and then the other two just getting less time. So again, one can do a life sentence, and the other two do close to 10, 15 years, you know what I'm saying? And get out, you know what I'm saying? But again, they still just want the verdict of a guilty. That's it. They don't want to hear a non-guilty, because a non-guilty, it causes the courts to take longer with the trial, take longer. Like it just pushes it out. You know what I'm saying? It makes the trial day longer. It makes everything stretch out longer. What happens is when it stretch out long, guess what? This does not benefit the families of Young Dolph or the fans. And the reason why I'm stating that is, of course, family over fans. But the fans want the same verdict as the family. You know what I'm saying? Somebody should be held responsible, and the right people to be held responsible, and not just anybody throwing in our faces. So they just need a verdict. A plea of they need a verdict of a guilty, because like I stated, now they can get back to business. You know what I'm saying? But on the other side, right, you have the people who saying we know these people who are attached to it. They have nothing to do with this case, so they're automatically not guilty. The thing is, right, they're okay. This is all based on Jojo Splatt, Cornelius Smith, and straight dropped, saying anything that can hold them negligent, that can hold them responsible for the case. So they're going to keep letting them talk. They're going to keep letting them put out statements. Because again, the more they talk, the more statements they put out, they're just conflicting their stories. Like they're not adding up. Like, again, Jojo Splatt story is not adding up to Str8 Dropp. And Str8 Dropp story is not adding up to what Cornelius Smith is saying. And they know this. So again, they have no problem prolonging this because the people will forget, or the people won't forget. The people will say, all right, long as somebody is held responsible, this thing been going long enough. And again, it could just be anybody that they throwing in your face to be the butt end of all this, and they had nothing to do with this from the beginning. And again, so going back to Cornelius, Str8 Dropp, and Jojo Splatt, they're giving conflicting stories because they all scared, man. They ain't never been faced with nothing like this before. Yes, they have a criminal history, but not of a high profile case like this with all eyes on them. They feel like they're in a world by themselves. Check this out. You have people that's in a family, people and their friends don't want nothing to do with them right now. They don't want to be, they taking down all the Instagram pictures that they with them, or Facebook, across social media outlets, period. Any pictures that's of with Jojo Splatt, Str8 Dropp, or Cornelius Smith with family, they taking them down. They don't want to be attached because they understand this is big and we don't want to be seen attached to you. And because people got love for Young Dolph, they bring it to us because we know things like this happens. You know what I'm saying? So again, these three guys, these three individuals, they're on the island by themselves. That's what they want. When they're on the island by themselves, what happened is just start going with any storyline that they tell them to go with, almost in a sense persecuting themselves or prosecuting themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they not holding on. They all don't have the same story. And again, they keep saying things out of the timeline that's making them more responsible, more responsible about a case they really had nothing to do with. So this is what I'm saying. If I got a plan to send somebody and I give you the directions on how to get to the certain location, and you go strictly by these directions. You make a left when I say go left. You make a right when I say make a right. Again, everything listed in this direction. So how are you held responsible for getting there, let's say 20, 30 minutes late? Only time you could be responsible if you had done something in that time. You had went off course, went off track. But again, let's keep it on the same thing. Let's keep it on me sending somebody to a certain location. And again, if they go left or right and I didn't say it, now that's on them. But if they do everything I told them to do, that's almost like persecute themselves, because they don't know, because they could keep saying, well, this person is like, who is that person? Who told you to do what? Who told you to go what? This is a high profile case. Names are coming out, but again, them three have to make sure those names are like tight grip to whatever else documents they have out. Meaning that you just can't throw names out there about a high profile case when it's dealing with people up that ladder. You just can't throw names out there. You have to show how, when, where, and why they was attached or a part of this case. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why them guys got conflicted stories. They scared out there. They don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So again, rest in peace, Young Dolph. The public just want somebody to be held responsible, and not just anybody they put in our face. And the family want the same thing as well. And we're not gonna let these people at the top of this ladder just throw anybody out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on. So again, subscribe to the PDH Network. Y'all know what it is. All right.